The Book of Heroes. In a small, quiet village, there lived a young boy named Thomas. Thomas was unlike other boys his age. He was curious and loved to read stories of great heroes and their adventures. His favorite place in the world was the village library, a small but magical place filled with books that spoke of bravery, wisdom, and courage. One day, while exploring the dusty shelves, Thomas discovered an old, leather-bound book. Its cover was worn, and the title, The Book of Heroes, was barely visible. Intrigued, Thomas opened the book and found that it was filled with tales of legendary heroes from different times and places. These heroes were ordinary people who had done extraordinary things. They were brave, kind, and wise, and their stories inspired Thomas deeply. Thomas spent hours reading the book, losing himself in the adventures of these heroes. There was Sir Cedric, the knight who saved his kingdom from a fierce dragon, Elena, the healer who cured a deadly plague, and Marco, the explorer who discovered new lands. Each story was more thrilling than the last, and Thomas dreamed of becoming a hero like them one day. As Thomas read on, he found a note at the end of the book. It said, "To find the true hero within, one must embark on their own journey of courage and kindness." Thomas pondered over these words and realized that heroes were not just characters in books, they were real people who made a difference in the world. Inspired by the stories, Thomas decided to start his own journey to become a hero. He began by helping those in his village. He assisted the elderly with their chores, helped his friends with their homework, and even rescued a kitten stuck in a tree. Every small act of kindness made him feel more like a hero. One day, news spread through the village that a terrible storm was approaching. The villagers were frightened and didn't know what to do. Thomas remembered the stories from the Book of Heroes and realized that this was his chance to help. He gathered the villagers in the town square and spoke to them. "Do not be afraid," Thomas said with confidence. "We must work together to prepare for the storm. We can protect our village if we all do our part." Thomas's words inspired the villagers. Together, they reinforced their homes, secured loose objects, and gathered supplies. Thomas led the efforts, showing bravery and leadership beyond his years. When the storm finally arrived, the village was well prepared. The winds howled and the rain poured, but the villagers stayed safe, huddled together in the community hall. After the storm passed, the villagers emerged to find that their village had survived with minimal damage. They were grateful to Thomas for his courage and leadership. They realized that he had become a true hero, just like the ones in the stories he loved so much. Thomas continued to help his village and others, becoming known far and wide as a brave and kind hero. He knew that the true hero within him had been awakened by the Book of Heroes, and he carried its lessons in his heart wherever he went. Years later, as an old man, Thomas returned to the village library. He found the Book of Heroes still sitting on the same dusty shelf. With a smile, he added a new chapter to the book, telling the story of a young boy who read about heroes and became one himself. And so, the Book of Heroes grew, with new tales of bravery and kindness added by those inspired by its stories. It became a living testament to the idea that anyone, no matter how ordinary, could become a hero through acts of courage and kindness. Thomas's story spread, and the book continued to inspire generations of new heroes, each embarking on their own journey to make the world a better place. The legend of the Book of Heroes lived on, a timeless reminder that within every person lies the potential for greatness.